Hi guys, today, I'm going to play a new Roblox game, kick a lucky block, and try to reach the maximum celestial zone. So let's see what's here, and how. I started from the very beginning, like in my other guides, so everything will be fair, and without using Robux. The point of the game is to kick the lucky block, and get brainrot by escaping from the wave. At the beginning I couldn't kick very far, but the wave chasing me was very slow, so I was able to get the first brainrot. At that time I was going through the tutorial in the game, so I followed the arrow. I placed this brainrot on my base, and by stepping on the green rectangle next to it, I could get money. 3 per second is of course ridiculous, but you have to start somewhere. I also upgraded it, and it started making more money. I got a wooden stick for free at the weight shop. I needed to increase my kick power, so I started training right away. Every few kicks, you can double the number of kicks by pressing the corresponding button on the screen. After getting 100 kick power, I was able to get a few speed levels for free. This is a nice bonus. Speed is very important here, because the further you go, the faster the waves will become. I decided to do my second kick, and this time the block flew further. I guess I was lucky because I got a rare brainrot, and even with a mutation. It was a plasma mutation. Looks cool. At first I was scared if I would be able to escape, but as I said at the beginning, it was easy. So this brainrot gave 60 money per second, which seemed cool to me at first. My first advice is to try to upgrade all the more or less good brainrots at once. It will greatly boost your economy. After all, money is the main thing for buying new speed levels. Everything is thought out in the game. To get kick power faster, you need more weight. And if the impact force is greater, then there is a chance to get a better unit. But getting it is not enough. You still have to escape from the wave. Therefore, you need to develop everything. I bought a bone barbell, and now it gives +5 kick per set. So I immediately decided to get more kick power and focused on buying speeds. Of course, I got some brainrots too, but so far they were only rare. Another useful option in the game is rebirth, because after that you will have a significantly higher income. But like in other Roblox games where there is a possibility of rebirth, you always lose something. So I got 1000 kick power and did it. Now my money income is by 2, but I lost all my kick power. It's good that the money remains on the balance and the speed too. To restore my kick power faster, I bought another weight, a stone block, which now gave +10 kick per 1 squat, and the process went much faster. Having accumulated 500,000, I immediately bought an even better weight. By the way, for each friend you have on the server, you get +5% coins. Nice, +50 kicks at a time is not bad. For the next rebirth, I needed 10,000 kick power. Oh, that's a lot. But I wasn't going to just sit AFK and get it, because as I said, money is also very important here, so I continued to get brainrots. I reached the epic zone for the first time and got the first epic brainrot, Water Dino with 50 money per second. The inscription on the wave fast alerted me, but in reality, I got away with this brainrot quite easily. So then I got another Garamararum, but I needed to free up 1 slot on the base for it. So there is an option to sell, and I decided to do it. Although I will tell you, it is not interesting at all, because the profit is almost 0. The only good thing is that it frees up space in the inventory. I forgot to mention the kick itself as a process. The higher you stop the slider, the stronger the kick will be. The best is perfect, and the animation is appropriate in the style of Ronaldo's bicycle kick. I got another new brainrot for me, bought more speed levels, and now I have level 45. I don't know how much time has passed since I started playing the game. I think it's been around 40 minutes, and I was able to do another rebirth. X3 seems great. And now tip number 2. If you kick the block too close to the next zone, the wave will spawn very close to you, and it is almost impossible to escape from it, unless your speed is higher or the same as its speed. Therefore, try to choose the strength of the kick so that the block lands at least in the middle of the zone. So after getting a few more epics, I still raised my kick power to 40,000, and with a perfect kick, I was able to reach the legendary zone. Of course, the wave got even faster, but I was prepared for this and raised my speed a few more levels beforehand, so I easily got the first legendary brainrot. I remind you, I set myself a challenge, no Robux and no help from other players. I bought speed levels again and focused on reaching 100,000 kick power to do the next rebirth, and I succeeded, although I had to spend about 20 more minutes in the game. There's another option in the game, which I honestly don't respect, is to steal brainrot from another player from his base, and it's good that this can only be done with Robux, and as you know, there are very few people who want to do this, so let's exhale and continue playing. If you look in the index, you will see that there are many different mutations for brainrots, and golden is one of them, although it is the simplest. But in any case, it definitely gives more money than without any mutation. Then I bought a nice barbell, and now I consider myself a real bodybuilder. This gave its first results, and I finally reached the mythic zone. Nice Bardock, everything is going according to plan. Wow, 600 per second, that's a really good result. By the way, it is the kick power of 210,000 that is needed to kick block to the legendary zone. Of course, this is with a perfect kick. So I continued to try to get as many mythics as possible, including the most popular 6-7. By that time I must have spent 3 hours in the game, and was finally able to buy a donut barbell. Plus 1000 kick is cool, because after each rebirth, it is increasingly difficult to get your kick power back, not to mention its significant increase. But here was my mistake. I still didn't notice that I could get the next slots from my brainrots. There is a saying, live forever and learn forever. For 5 million, I got the second floor on my base, and by the way, here are the units I had at that time. I bought speed again, the price of which was increasing so rapidly that I sometimes wondered where I was getting so much money. But then I was able to reach the next godly zone. Wow! And even though the inscription above the wave was extreme, I was still able to escape and get my first godly. Who does planning like that in a game? They would have pushed the structure right up to the wall, so be careful and don't fall. The money allowed me to buy a few more slots, which is cool, because the more brainrots I have, the faster the money will come. I'll speed up the process of my development and achievements a bit, so you don't get bored and show only the key points. Of course, I got more and more better brainrots, bought speeds, and did rebirths. I reached 1 million kick power and got by 5 cash after rebirth, not bad. Next, I bought a golden barbell and got plus 2,500 kick for 1 squat. This paid off, and my next achievement was the secret zone. Although it said impossible, but everything is possible, I got my first secret. Please note that it took me 3.5 million kick power to achieve this. Meanwhile, I have already bought 21 slots and placed a new brainrot. Also note that you receive money here both offline, and when you're on the base, you see exactly what amount you will receive per day. From time to time, I've been joined by friends who have just started playing this game, and I'm always happy to help them, but what surprised me was that you can only play here 24 hours after you start playing the game. Another new weight gained, and all this was only on the first day of the game. As you can see, if you are persistent and of course have time to play, you can achieve a lot even without Robux. Now, another observation of mine, even if you can reach a certain zone, there is no guarantee that you will get brainrot from that particular zone. This is especially bad if you get to the very beginning of a new zone, where there is a high chance of getting a simpler brainrot. Here is an example. I reached the divine zone, but still got a secret. In one of the next attempts, I got the first divine, and here's another observation. The further towards the middle or end of the zone you can kick block, the higher the chances of getting the corresponding brainrot. But there were also such annoying moments when the wave caught up with me when I was almost at the finish line. So speed, as you understand, is an important option. This time I still got Divine, and by the way, to reach the Divine Zone you will need kick power 12.5 million.
One day later.
I came back to the game the next day, and this is how much I got for being offline. I played for about 4 hours on the first day, and I think I achieved some pretty good results. So I immediately bought a new weight and started getting kick power much faster. When I reached 30 million, I was able to reach the hack zone for the first time with a perfect kick. But as I said before, I didn't get hacked brainrot right away. I got Divine all the way. It's really annoying. But even so, I couldn't get it because my speed wasn't enough. The next time I kicked a little closer and was able to escape and get the first hacked brainrot. He was a diamond and 76,000 per second, looked very profitable. Then there was even more weight, speed 94, kick power 66 million, and finally, I reached the OG zone. But all my efforts were in vain, because again the speed was not enough. I had to wait and save money to buy the next few speed levels, because it turned out that I would just get stuck at the same level. Finally, I was able to buy a few speed levels, during which time I didn't just stand AFK, but squatted and gained kick power 103 million. I got a few more expensive mutated brainrots, and after another hour I got kick power 175 million and almost reached the celestial zone, although it was strange that the last fastest wave appeared and chased me. But why? I haven't gotten to celestial yet. Of course, escaping from it at my speed was unrealistic. So while I was collecting money, I decided to kick a little easier to get into the middle of the OG zone, not the very end, so I was able to get some pretty good units. And finally, I achieved my first goal, the celestial zone, and for this I needed a perfect kick and a kick power of 200 million. Funny name for a wave, right? There was an interesting moment here. The wave caught up with me at the very end, but I still got OG brainrot. I guess the quality of the millisecond was decided. So my next goal was to get celestial brainrot, but no matter how hard I tried I only got OG despite getting into the celestial zone. I don't even know how many attempts I made, and they were all unsuccessful. I got angry and quit the game. The next day I came back and bought the most expensive weight with the goal of getting even more kick power quickly. Of course, I bought a few more speed levels, and at least even from the celestial zone, it became quite easy for me to bring OG brainrots. And I was lucky to get one brainrot with a radioactive mutation. Then I had a kick power of 350 million for 150, and I was already able to reach the middle of the celestial zone. But believe it or not, I did more than 50 kicks and never once was I able to get even one celestial brainrot. Explain how it works. It looks like some kind of joke from the developers. What is the chance of celestial? So unfortunately, in 3 days of playing, I still couldn't get it. But at least I'll try again later when I get a few more speed levels, because getting kick power is pretty easy. I achieved a good result, and my brainrots bring me 530Q per day.